Hello, people on the internet. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I posted any video here. So, I guess welcome back to me too. My YouTube page has been sleeping dead for a long while, and I kind of felt like bringing it back to life by sharing my gardening story. It's totally unplanned. I did not really document the journey for this particular video, but here we are. I did not have the time to actually sit and record myself, thus the voiceover. Maybe next time. So, I'm just gonna dive right in. It's been over 3 years since I started, and trust me, I had no clue what I was actually doing at first. But somehow things grew instead of dying, and I thought, okay, I can do this. And that's how I even got into the gardening hobby. And let me show you around. Let me show you how it all began and where it is at. I hope you enjoy. I gotta take you back to the wild ride, which was the pandemic. Like most people, I was mentally struggling because I was jobless, broke, fresh out of a breakup, with a nice cocktail of depression, anxiety on the side, another recipe for disaster. To make things worse, I could not even visit the waterfalls. This is the future me, you guys. While editing, I realized I didn't say something out loud. I didn't always stay in during the lockdown. I did go out to go into the nature. I just, cheat the system and just go and do it. But most days it did pain me because I couldn't do it freely. Just going to the nature was like illegal at that time. So that did pain me. Okay, back to the video. Bye bye. I was scrolling mindlessly through videos, doom scrolling, which wasn't the term back in the day, I suppose, like during COVID. It's a very new term. And I stumbled upon something called terrariums. There was this particular nature lover who made beautiful terrariums and shared in depth tips on making them. His name is Tanner. So he has a YouTube channel called Serpa Design, and I would always watch his videos until one day I decided to make my own. And what I did was I just, grabbed some moss from the neighborhood. It was rainy season, I still remember, so there was moss everywhere. I love moss. I mean, even since young. And what I thought was, okay, let's start with moss. So I got some and then I threw it into a glass jar and ta-da! I had my first terrarium. I must say that my mood instantly shifted. Like I could find a way to be happy and or like to smile those days, and that was a huge achievement for me. And suddenly I found myself getting obsessed with plants every time I got the chance to leave the house. During those moments, we were allowed to exit outside for a bit. I'd grab seeds and cuttings from here and there, and soon I had a small indoor garden growing in my room at my parents' place. My first official plant purchase. Oh my god, I still remember it. It's a Syngonium albo. I'll put up a photo here, and a neon pothos, which are still thriving in my garden today, which reminds me of my journey too, which is simply amazing. The collection was growing faster than my emotional stability, not complaining, but it slowly did start to help me. I literally had insomnia for months. I would stay awake until like sunrise and then start to like fall asleep and eventually wake up like 3 4 p.m. That was my routine for many weeks, during pandemic. And what happened was that I began to wake up early in the morning just to check on my plants. Like, I wanted to see how they interact with sunrise. And it started to, help me spend more time outside in the sun. It actually gave me a reason to get out of my room, it actually motivated me to get out of my bedroom. And I'm so grateful for this. So, yeah, I've always been a nature lover, but only after I began planting, I was able to actually connect with nature. Fast forward a bit, and my mental health started getting better. So much so that I had one of those moments like, what the heck am I doing with my life moments? Naturally, I Googled nature related jobs, and boom, nature guide needed in Langkawi. A beautiful island with a job that takes me into the wild. Can it be more perfect than that? No. So what I did, I packed my entire life after a dramatic purge of all my materialistic things, shoved it into my trusty car, Honda City, and drove to Langkawi. Of course, I couldn't leave behind some of my plants, so I brought them with me. So once I settled on the island, things took off. And by things, I mean my plant obsession. Every month, I'm actually lying, every day sometimes, I was buying new plants, getting cuttings from all the aunties in the village, and my garden began to thrive. My obsession hit a new peak when I actually met Gopal. And our life revolved around gardening like it was some sort of religious ritual. So, day and night, we'd plant, water, and obsess over every freaking leaf. Do it until now, actually. Eventually, we moved into a bigger place. Why? More room to garden. We didn't care about living space, we just needed planting space. And we did not regret one bit. We still don't. Today, my garden is like a thriving, breathing extension of me. It's grown out of love, care, and maybe a touch of madness, yes. But that love and care, eventually, I was able to give myself to. And once again, I'm just grateful. Every time I step into my garden, my whole energy shifts. Watering them, talking to them, fixing them. It's all literally therapy for me right now. And my plants, I must say, they just, they saved my sanity, and in turn they've bloomed into something so beautiful. Like I mentioned, they are simply the breathing living extension of me, and I love them. I just love my garden. So, yeah, guys, that's my journey. And if you haven't yet, get yourself at least one plant. Just one. Put it somewhere you spend a lot of time, and trust me, you will see how it changes your vibe. And who knows, you might also become a plant parent like me, obsessing over every single leaf. You want to bet? Do you want to bet? Comment below. So, I just made some tea before I conclude my voiceover recording, and now that I've shared a bit of my gardening journey, I'm thinking there's so much more I could actually dive into. So, if you're interested, if you like videos like this, it might be, on this topic, and then I might move on to something else. Like, I don't know, I don't have any plans yet, but drop your ideas in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I actually gotta go water my plants. So I'm gonna go now. Bye bye. Oh, and my tea. Okay, bye.